The Giftware Association is a not-for-profit trade association that's been going for over 65 years, set up by people who were operating in this business just after the war. And really they got together because they wanted to have a voice rather than operating independently. They wanted to have the buying power to sort of negotiate special rates for certain services collectively. And it was also a mutual support, to provide mutual support to each other. And that's how it started, and that is exactly what we do still today. So our members are made up of suppliers of product, some manufacturers still in the UK, but most of them are importers, distributors, wholesalers of product. Many of them, though, who design their own product in the UK, but then possibly have it manufactured elsewhere. And also independent gift retailers as well. And they, again, we have various different money saving services for each of our different sorts of customers, our different sorts of members. They all have very different needs. But also it's about bringing both parties together. So one of the great things that we offer, our members offer, our supplier members offer our retailer members special deals, special offers, etc., which if they weren't a member, they wouldn't have access to. So how do you find a good supplier of gift products? Well, the first thing to do would be to come to the Giftware Association website. That's www.ga-uk.org. And that's because we have all of our supplier members and our retailer members as well listed on the website. So that will give anybody looking for products the suppliers and also the sorts of products that they supply if they're looking for something particular. And then there's also a link to their own individual websites so that somebody could go and look at their website, see what sort of products they do, see what sort of style they present. Another really good place to find good gift products is through looking at the Gift of the Year Awards, which the Giftware Association runs every year. And the reason this is so great is because the winning products and the highly commended products are selected by a panel of very experienced retailers of all sorts of sizes and all sorts of specialities. So these are people who know what sells, what works commercially, and so they're selecting those products. So if you're new to this sort of world, then that's a really good starting point. And you can either get to that website through the GA website, or you could go directly to the giftoftheyear.co.uk website. And again, that will show you the winning products, it will give you links to the companies that are producing those products, and that's a really great thing to do. The other key area for finding products and finding suppliers is to go to the trade shows. And the key trade shows that I would recommend to everybody to go to is Spring Fair, which happens in Birmingham at the NEC at the beginning of February. And then the other major show is Autumn Fair, which starts on the first Sunday in September, also at the NEC in Birmingham. And then there are other shows throughout the year which are also extremely valuable to finding new products. At the beginning of the year, there's Giving and Living down in Exeter. Then there's also a show in July in Harrogate, Home and Gift. And then there were 3 shows in London in January, May and September. And then also in January, there's a show in Scotland. And then if you're looking for craft products or products that are made in the UK particularly, there's the British Craft Trade Fair, which also happens in Harrogate around about April time. There's nothing to beat going to the trade fairs and meeting suppliers and getting a good understanding of what is happening in the market at the moment. How important are demographics to going into the gift market? Absolutely essential, vital, because you need to understand the market that you're going to be selling to. It's not a good idea for you to take the advice of your family and friends who say, you know, you've got really great taste, you know, those are the sorts of things that you should be buying. There's no point buying stuff for customers that actually don't want that sort of thing. So you've got to understand your customer. So if you are looking at setting up the gift side of things, then I would definitely advise you to talk to your customers, look at what's going on around you, look at who is the competition around you as well, and not forgetting the internet, that's really important. And then you need to be doing something different to what everybody else is doing, or try to be different, certainly in your local area. Also getting to know, how important is it to know the market? It's really important because you need to understand when you're talking to suppliers how they operate. You know, are they importing product from the Far East, in which case it's going to take a while to get to you. So you need to ask questions about when are they going to be able to deliver the product to you. Even if you're dealing with people who produce locally, you know, how quickly can they produce the product for you? When are they going to be able to deliver it to you? Are they going to be able to provide you with the volume of product that you actually want? So those are the sorts of things. It's really important to understand the market. It's also really important that you go to the trade fairs and you understand what is going on in the market so that you're offering your customers new, fresh product, not what's been kicking around over the last year. So it's again really important that you're out at the shows and you understand what's going on. You can look in the magazines and follow fashion magazines as well because they set the scene for what is happening in the market. But really, really important to be looking ahead because you're going to be buying ahead as well. Also, there are a large number of really good trade magazines, and again, one of the benefits of our GA retail members is that they get these magazines for free as part of their membership. And you know, scouring through the magazines, particularly in the run-up to the major trade fairs, is really, really important to see what is out there. What are you going to be seeing at the trade shows? And then you can start building your lists of who are the people that you want to go and see at the trade show, which will mean your visit is much more efficient. In order to source gifts, I've mentioned that going to trade fairs is a really, really important activity. And you need to allow plenty of time. Spring Fair is an enormous show. Some people try and do it in one day. It really, really isn't enough. You really need to invest at least a couple of days so that you've got time to go and have a good look round, see what's on offer, talk to some of the suppliers, go away in the evening, have a think about it, and then go back the following day to think about placing your orders. Because there's nothing like seeing and picking up a product and seeing how it feels and what it looks like. You know, it's much better than seeing it on a photograph or on a website page. So I really do recommend that you invest that time. And okay, if you're running a post office, I'm assuming that you would have some staff who'd be able to cover and keep the thing running while you go off and source new products for your shop, for your post office. Definitely think about stocking greeting cards because that will give you good margin, and it's the thing that sells really well if people are looking for a greeting card for somebody. Do stock a good range of products for all the different occasions throughout the year, so Valentine's, Mother's Day, Father's Day, Easter, and obviously Christmas is the biggie. Think about creating a flexible display, depending on the amount of space that you've got in your post office or your outlet. Think about how much space and where you want to put your gift offering. Do think about creating a nice atmosphere. Think about possibly playing some music. Think about good lighting and even burning scented candles, which can just make the atmosphere nicer, encourage people to come in and encourage them to stay and spend their money. Please do ensure that you price your products correctly, particularly in line with what is going on in the market. And don't think about undercutting your neighbours or discounting. Doesn't go down well. Do not copy what everybody else is doing. Think about doing something different. Think about offering something different rather than what everybody else around you is doing. When you're looking at pricing gift products, you need to be looking at the cost price and then timesing it by 2.5. That will then give you the correct sort of margin and including the VAT. If you're an existing retailer already, then you've already got a customer base. So if you're going to go into gifts, what I would recommend you do is talk to your existing customers. Ask them what it is that they would like to see you selling to them as gifts. Do use them as your market research. Also, look around you. Look at the competition that's around you. Look at who's selling what in your local area, and again, try and do something different. The other thing you might like to think about offering is a gift wrapping service. Again, if people are busy, it's also a great way of selling extra wrapping paper, extra cards, extra gift cards. So that's another thing if you're wanting to provide an added value service. When you're looking at sourcing product, think about the amount of storage you've got. You know, how much product can you physically store and have in your premises, rather than just out on the shelves. I mentioned thinking about price points, really important to make sure that you think about that. And you know, there are different price points that people sell at, you know, the under £20, under £10, under £15, under £5, that's always a good one. If you are looking at adding to your current offering, then think about doing some local PR to tell your customers and tell everybody else around you that you are looking at starting to sell gifts. So, you know, a good story, a good photograph of what you're offering, take that to your local paper and you'll get some free PR out of that. Another great benefit of being a member of the Giftware Association is that our supplier members offer our retailer members special offers and different arrangements like reduced minimum order values or waiving carriage paid or minimum order values. That way you can then buy in some products and test them on the market before committing to buying, you know, buying things in volume.